Episode 15 of My Dearest starts with Jang Hyun gaining consciousness momentarily, and Gilchai tells him she was released. Jang Hyun then loses consciousness, and Ryang Eum sits on his bed and flashes back to how he saved him from their master. They then run away to join Gu Yangchun. Meanwhile, Gilchai, the crown prince's wife, and they thank her for saving their son. When they ask if she wants to return to Joseon, Gilchai says she wants to stay at Simyang. Elsewhere, Gu Jam finds Zhang and rescues her from her captives. Gilchai spends days beside Jang Hyun tending to him. She says she feels he is finally hers and always wants to hold his hand. Jang Hyun wakes up shortly and smiles at Gilchai, sleeping beside his bed and holding his hand. He then goes back to sleep. Gu Jam arrives back at Simyang with Zhang, and Gilchai is happy to see her again. Gu Jam goes to Jang Hyun and knows he is already conscious. He yells at him to wake up, and when he does not, he tells her they received a letter from Gilchai's husband. That makes him wake up immediately. Gu Jam says Jang Hyun is faking illness. He tells him to stop being pathetic but reminds Gu Jam that if he gets better, Gilchai will return to Joseon, and Zhang will go with her. Suddenly, they hear Gilchai at the door, and Jang Hyun quickly pretends to be asleep. Gu Jam fakes a sad face and tells her that Jang Hyun's wounds are deep and might take over 6 months to heal. Gilchai tells him she will not return to Joseon until Jang Hyun gets better. Meanwhile, Yangchun helps some enslaved Joseon people escape from Simyang. Those staying at Jang Hyun's place ask when they will return to Joseon. Yangchun and Jang Hyun plan on how to take the captives back to Joseon. On hearing Gilchai approach, as usual, Jang Hyun pretends to be unconscious while Yangchun pretends to sob in his bed. Later, Gilchai and Ryang Eum fight over who will care for Jang Hyun as he secretly watches and listens. Yangchun and Gu Jam prepare the enslaved on how to get their release. Gilchai starts helping the farmers by repairing their farm tools. She does not go to attend to Jang Hyun, and he gets anxious. He, therefore, goes out looking for her and observes from a distance as she bosses the farmers around and smiles proudly. He follows her to the field and smiles happily when he observes her happiness and working with the farmers. He says that he missed to see her smiling face. The barren lands bear huge harvests, and the crown prince comes to witness the harvest. Yong Jiolde wonders how the barren land could bear crops, and Myung-soo tells him that Joseon people have always been best at farming. Yong Jiolde is pleased with the outcome. The Joseon farmers sing thankful songs as they harvest the fields. Gilchai goes to Jang Hyun's bedside to show him the harvest. She grieves that he is still unconscious and cries out, saying that she will kill herself if anything happens to him. Jang Hyun finally decides to wake up, but his legs hurt terribly with a new illness. Gu Jam and Yangchun follow behind him, watching his pretense. Gilchai asks why his legs hurt when he was shot in the back, and he comes up with a whole story about the human body. Gilchai and Jang Hyun spend some time talking. She asks him about how he became a nobleman. Jang Hyun tells him he was a government-enslaved person, but he paid for his title, and His Majesty stamped his seal to make him nobility. His mother died early, and he does not remember his father. He works hard to earn money. He asks if Gilchai was put off because he was a commoner. She says it would have been better if he never became an aristocrat, since she would have enslaved him and taken him whenever she went and did whatever she wanted. Jang Hyun says he will reject his appointment and become a commoner. Gilchai tells him that she will buy him. Jang Hyun asks why Gilchai chose to abandon him then. She says she did not abandon him. She could not dare have him since he could live without her. Jang Hyun asks her how she knew he could live without her. Meanwhile, the princess watches from a distance, and Ryang Eum has an arrow strained at her. He does not shoot, and the princess's guards apprehend him on his way back. She wants to know who he is and why he is thinking of killing her. She sends him a message to tell Jang Hyun she will call him soon. Ryang Eum waits for Jang Hyun in his room. He confronts him about Gilchai and tells Jang Hyun to send her back to Joseon. He gets angry because Jang Hyun is willing to give up everything for Gilchai. He tells Jang Hyun that he can no longer watch him destroy himself little by little for Gilchai, and he should die. Ryang Eum walks out of the room with tears and flashes back to when it was just him and Jang Hyun. He then asks Gilchai to leave Simyang, but she says she will stay and nurse Jang Hyun to recover. He mentions something about a wound on Jang Hyun's back. Meanwhile, the crown princess of Joseon calls Jang Hyun to ask for advice. She wants to sell the extra rice from the harvest and wants Jang Hyun to help her manage the money. Jang Hyun promises to help sell the rice but declines to collect the money. He tells her that she should decide how to use the money, and he will help her out every step of the way. Ryang Eum tells Gilchai that Jang Hyun got a wound on his back fighting off Qing soldiers to save her at Ganghwa Island. Later, Gilchai flashes back to all the times Jang Hyun has been there for her, and how badly she treated him and cried hysterically. Meanwhile, the crown princess of Qing comes to Jang Hyun. She tells him to send Gilchai back to Joseon, or she will punish all the released Joseon slaves. Jang Hyun gets furious and threatens to kill her if anything were to happen to Gilchai. At the end of the episode, the crown princess of Qing tells Jang Hyun that the only way to save Gilchai is to send her back to Joseon. The episode reviewed the relationship between Gilchai and Jang Hyun keeps getting complicated. However, in this episode, they had some good moments where they allowed themselves to be vulnerable around each other and truthfully speak out their feelings. In addition, Ryang Eum's feelings for Jang Hyun are more than brotherhood. His feelings might become his undoing and a significant thorn in Gilchai and Jang Hyun's relationship. However, Ryang Eum calling Gilchai a curse to Jang Hyun does not faze anyone since we all know Gilchai cannot give up just because someone else tells her to. The crown princess of Qing is becoming another hurdle. Will Gilchai finally decide to take back what is hers and fight beside Jang Hyun? What will happen next if Gilchai chooses to stay?